New videos every day.
What about someone who doesn't move? It's frozen, so-called catatonia. Well, tonia has to do with movement, and so that's why certain neurological diseases, often caused by the neuroleptic drugs, are referred to as dystonia or dyskinesia, movement disorders, tardive dyskinesia, tardive dystonia, a frozenness, an inability to move. It's not only caused by psychiatric drugs, but definitely can be. It can also be caused by other kind of neurological problems in the central nervous system. That's one dynamic. But the other one that I want to mention, just to bring in the psychological perspective here again, is, and I'll mention the work of Peter Levine. He's got a book called Waking the Tiger. But it's basically all about the effects of trauma and trauma recovery. And just to make it real simple here, the idea is that when someone experiences trauma, physically or psychologically, it induces a so-called what? Fight or flight response, a stress response. Adrenal hormones kick in, your mobilized energy to fight or flight, sympathetic nervous system dynamic, right? But there's also fight, flight, or freeze. The third part is you freeze most of the time. You see this with animals all the time. A deer is startled, it freezes, realizes it's safe, kind of goes through a little looking around, it's called orienting, and then shakes and trembles, and then goes off. You can observe this with animals very, very easily. But humans do the same thing. And if that's not resolved, it accumulates. You've got this accumulation of trauma, this energy that's frozen in your body. And so what Levine and others write about is that the healing of trauma often means that you go through these states in a conscious way and mobilize some positive resources to kind of help deal with it. And in doing that, a lot of times, you go through these frozen states. It's a shock state, basically. And then you do this orienting thing. And then usually you'll kind of shake and tremble a little bit as that energy releases from the body. And gradually, you come out of the trauma, and the experiences of emotional flooding, experiences of hyperarousal or hypersensitivity, the so-called post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms, which often get interpreted as many kinds of psychiatric symptoms, are resolved. Back to what I said from Janet Foner, seeking discharge or frozen in a place of attempting to heal around something. So that's one possibility, is that you sit with that person for a while, gradually it becomes safe, they kind of will go in and out of that frozen state, and gradually become in a more relaxed position. That's the psychological part. So bottom line, extreme states of mind can also be helped and resolved. Oftentimes they are caused by real physical medical conditions, but there are also psychological dynamics that can be involved. The key is to be with the person in a relaxed way and trust that they can eventually go through it if you get your intelligence around it and give them the support that they need.